This is going to be an awesome vlog, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey guys, how's it going? Shaun Allen here. Another day, another vlog. Is January 12th, 2017. Today marks the end of a large series of collections that I've been getting over the last several years, up to like 2005, believe it or not. Back to 2005. These last several years, I've been collecting coins that have been released by the U.S. Mint, and these are coins that we use here in the U.S., and they're presidential dollar coins. They're like these little gold dollar coins that have the faces of the different presidents of the United States. Well, I first got one of this collection, and they came up with this really cool display that you can have in your own home, and I was like, let's set this up and get all these coins. So my dad actually was the one that ordered, because back then I didn't do all the orders back then. And he set this up so I can get every single one of these dollar coins up till now. And just today, I got this in the mail. This wasn't for the P.O. box because this was ordered years ago, back in 2005. I must remind you about that. I just got the last shipment of U.S. dollar coins. There's only 3 this time. Usually I would get about 4 per order, but this time there's only 3, and there's an explanation for that. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys my collection right now from what I have currently. See, we got there the White House presidential dollars, and here they are. These are $1 coins. These have not been issued out to the public. These are actually never before released coins, and you'll notice they're in these special cases. That's because these have never been touched. They're actually grade A coins. Now, some of these have pieces of tape on them. It's because some of them actually escaped. It wasn't my fault, but over time, some of these popped open, and it was like, oops, so I had to put on these very special gloves and carefully clean these off. But as you can see, they're still pretty good in good condition here. And yes, this is supposed to commemorate the first 40 presidents. Technically now there's only going to be 39, and I'll explain that in just a minute. But right now I'm just going to show you guys the presidents. Sorry if they look a little blurry or if the light's shining on them, but you know what? I'll do my best here. Here's George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson. This is like the the whole presidents, or the what is it called? The attraction of Walt Disney World, the hallway of presidents or something. James Madison, James Monroe. Got a lot of James there. John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren, William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, James K. Polk, Zachary Taylor, Millard Fillmore, Franklin Pierce. Here's another James, James Buchanan. So that's one section of coins. Now we move on to the next one. Got Abraham Lincoln right there near George Washington. That's, of course, Walt Disney's favorite president. Andrew Johnson. We have Ulysses S. Grant. He was, of course, the Civil War general on the Union side. Rutherford B. Hayes. Another James. James Garfield. Chester Arthur. Grover Cleveland. Benjamin Harrison. Here's another Grover Cleveland. You'll notice that the coins are a lot different. William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt, William Howard Taft, Woodrow Wilson, Warren G. Harding, Calvin Coolidge. And that's that second area. Now we go to this third one here, the smaller third circle. Herbert Hoover. Herbert Hoover. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, or Franklin D. Roosevelt. Henry S. Truman. Dwight D. Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, and Lyndon B. Johnson. Now, the last presidents that are supposed to be featured in this would be Nixon, Ford, Carter, and Reagan. And over here are 3 of the presidents that I just mentioned. Richard M. Nixon, Gerald R. Ford, and Ronald Reagan. Now, Carter is supposed to be between Ford and Reagan. Why isn't he in the collection? Well, in my last shipment of these coins, I got a note here. I'm going to read it off to you. I quote, "The Presidential Dollar Coin Act of 2005 prohibits the minting of presidential dollar coins honoring any president who has not been deceased for at least 2 years. Since President Jimmy Carter is still living, a coin honoring President Carter cannot, by law, be minted, and the U.S. Mint must skip to the 40th president." So for those of you guys who like Jimmy Carter or are Jimmy Carter supporters, sorry about that, but he's not going to be made into a coin. So his spot, unfortunately, is going to remain empty until, I don't know, they may release a coin of him eventually within a few years or something. But so he's basically still alive, so they can't really make a coin. So Reagan, who unfortunately passed away a number of years ago, they made a coin of him. Here, so I guess right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put these into my display. Yes, this is actually a display that you can hang up somewhere in your house or whatever, but I usually just keep it in a safe spot so that way it doesn't get damaged or anything. But I'm going to put the camera down for just a minute because I'm going to put some Scotch tape on it, on the back of these coins here. Now, I never want to use these because obviously these are never before released coins and they're these special cases. And I think originally when I first got these that you would have to take these out and put them inside the holes here. Actually, you're supposed to keep these in here so that they fit inside these little display areas. So I'm going to put the camera down for just a minute. I'm going to take some tape and take care of this very quickly before I forget. Okay, Nixon, cool. By the way, this is a one-take video, so I apologize for what you guys are seeing at the moment. That is a bad piece of tape, so I'm going to have to try again. There we go. Okay, that's Ford. And Ronald Reagan is coming up. And something that I forgot to mention in the video is that if you look carefully on the coins, they actually show the years that they were presidents. And even on the display, they show how long they've been in office. So 1981 to 1989 for Reagan. So basically, I was a year old when he left office. So I guess I was around when he was president. I never actually knew him as president. I think the only presidents I ever got to see, like on television, would be Bush, and Clinton, and then George Bush, and Barack Obama, and pretty soon here, Donald Trump. But anyways, here we go. This is going to be interesting. Oh, by the way, if you guys are wondering if they will actually make presidential dollar coins of the future, like the other presidents that are not featured here, probably, but like the note says, they can't make any coins because they're still around. So, yeah. Okay, so the first one we're going to put in here is Nixon. Here he is. He's going to go in his spot right here. You know what? Technically, I didn't have to do this, but you know what? I thought it was cool because, you know, we got this one circle here with all the presidents, and then, you know, just wanted to have some sort of order. But anyways, here comes Nixon. Nixon right there. I could have easily put Reagan here. I just thought of that, but you know what? Oh, well. But I wanted to do it in the order of the presidents, so Nixon goes there. Here is Ford. Ford is going in right there. The tape basically keeps these secure, because I tried putting these in here originally without the tape and they just kept falling out, so I used the tape in order to keep them stable and safe in there. Carter is going to remain empty. Here comes Reagan. I think I may have put too much tape on there, so I'm going to fold this over just a little bit so it's not so much tape. Here comes Reagan, the last one. Ooh. Perfect. That's out just a little bit, but you know what, that's okay. There you go, you guys. I have pretty much the entire collection of the presidential dollar coins. Carter, of course, is missing, but hey, that looks awesome. That is actually really cool. It's funny because I remember I saw a picture of what this looked like originally. It did actually showed a mock image of what Carter would look like as a coin. So technically they did have one coin of Carter, but that was just for display purposes on their part. But I guess technically they couldn't really do that. But anyways, there it is. That looks so cool. Maybe I should put a coin of myself in here or something. I don't know. Anyways, there you go, you guys. Those are the United States of America presidential dollars. And I'm pretty sure as the years go by, if we lose another president a couple years later after that, we'll probably get another coin. And who knows, right? But anyways, there they are. 39 presidents, not 40, but you know what? That's pretty dang cool, wouldn't you say? And that's pretty much my collection. And I do actually collect other coins as well. I've collected coins from like Canada. I think I have some from India, Mexico. Actually, a couple of these dollar bills from like Zimbabwe. And I have a whole bunch of silver dollar coins. Like, I think Professor Word even has a silver... Yeah, here it is. A silver dollar here on Professor Word's display. I have some that date back to the 1800s. I have one coin that dates back to, like, the 1840s. So, that was from my grandmother's collection. And I have a lot of the pennies that have the 1 cent on the back. In fact, I got this one from the Reagan Library. And, yes, the 1 cent right back there. There's actually a really cool penny out there that I actually have a few of. I might actually be able to find them in my collection of pennies. But when the U.S. entered World War II, we had to use a lot of our copper. So, yeah, I think it was in 1942, I think it was, or 1943. A lot of the pennies that were issued during that time period, they had to release all the copper. So when you look at these pennies now, they have all the copper missing. It looks like it's like an aqua color, which is very unusual for pennies. Of course, nowadays we look at pennies and we see, oh, it looks like it's brown. Well, these are more blue. So let me see if I can pull some out. These are very rare, and I have a number of them. So well, actually, here's one right here. Right here in the very front. Yeah, here we go. So you notice that this one looks like it's a little bit brown. I think this is the right one. Yeah, 1943. So that looks a little bit brown right there, but I do have another one here that looks a little bit like it's more bluish. Yeah, like this one. Notice that a lot of the brown is gone. I don't know how many of these I actually have. Oh, here's some good ones here. I do have a number of these. These are, again, very, very rare pennies. And I have a whole stash of these. And these could be worse stuff, you know, but I'm not going to get rid of these, to be honest with you. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Sorry. Sorry about that. This is a one-take video, so mistakes will happen. Ooh, I see some really good ones here. I do have more, but I'll just bring these out so you can see what these look like. I think that's all I have in my stash here in my hand. Okay, so you notice that these are the regular 1 cent pennies. You notice that they're the 1 cent on the back here. These all have 1 cent. Notice that they're nice and brown. Well, check out these. Compared to these are kind of a bluish tint, right? I'll put these next to the brown ones. Look at that. That is crazy, right? And that's not the light any... Look at that. They look like it's an aqua color because all the copper is gone. It's bizarre, right? Anyways, yeah, I do collect stuff like that, and I think it's pretty cool. And if you find any of these 1 cent pennies, save them, because those are unique and kind of historical. And it's fun to look at some of these dates, because some of these, I think I have a couple here that say like 1941, that was the year we were attacked by Pearl Harbor. These are 1943, and these were obviously during the wartime, World War II, and we were actually in World War II. So yeah, interesting pieces of history, I'd say. Alright guys, well that's the vlog. Sorry that this is a one-take video, and I know I made a couple of mistakes in this video, but you know what? It is what it is. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. It's greatly appreciated. Don't forget to check out my other vlogs and also my other 3 channels, the educational series, the Disneyland video series, and the Travel Town series. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. End scene. I do love collecting coins. I really do. Like, look at this. This is a jar of these pennies here. I'm going to try to come up with a really cool way to end the video, so usually I would edit this part out, but oh well. Alright guys, see you guys next time here on the vlog series. That's a pretty awesome collection, I must admit.